Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schweim here on 97.3 ESPN. Great night last night at the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships. Got a lot to talk about. Scotty McKay in the house. And Scooter, what a night last night.
Yeah.
That was so much fun, man.
I enjoyed last night. You know, being an ex-guard, and South Jersey were always what I considered the elite of the championships. Not taking away nothing from the other races, but that was always the one that we were told this is the one to win.
And Longport wins its fourth consecutive South Jersey championship.
Barely, but they did it.
Guess what? It's still number 4.
That's right. That's right.
And of course, we'll be back on the beach there next year. and I want to say to Longport does an outstanding job, an excellent job putting on the races. I mean, you know, you've experienced in Ocean City. You were a lieutenant for some 20-some years, and you know what it entails putting that all together. And I would send kudos to the Longport Police Department, the City Council, and of course Matt Kellum and his crew, and Dan Adams,
right,
who facilitated the whole race for us. I mean,
he's not even a chief anymore, but he still has his hands in.
Well, which
is great.
Yeah, Dan does a great job. Matt does a great job down there, and it shows.
Yeah, and he did a great job up on the dais there with us. You know,
he sent me this elongated text message, thanking us and saying how much fun he had. Excuse me, and how much of a great time it was.
Right.
And it was. I mean, you should have seen the people on the beach. There had to be. I'm not going to say as many as the Margates, but not by much. I mean, it was. We'll put the pictures up on my Instagram. You forgot to send them to me last night. We'll get the pictures up with my video guy Tim. He'll get that stuff. We'll put YouTube up. The whole broadcast of the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships that were on ESPN last night, 97.3 ESPN last night, will be up on my YouTube channel, The Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Just go to YouTube, hit the spyglass up in the right corner, and subscribe to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim. It'll be up by the end of today, and you can listen to all the action. Great picture of the swimmers going into the surf at the presence of Atlantic City, who they give comprehensive coverage. Pick up a copy, and you can read all about it. But we're going to have all the interviews and a lot of the reaction. We'll be talking with John McShane, and we'll get it. We'll do a recap in the second hour. But Scooter, I want to start off with the Eagles because the Philadelphia Eagles are back, and a lot of people are making. I don't know, and Hunter, I don't know if you were listening to the show yesterday, to Get Off My Lawn segment. Ryan and Mike are really talking about how the preseason is not important and insignificant, and they should do away with the 2 games. Did you hear that segment last night?
I did. I actually texted Ryan after the segment was over. I'm on the same page as them.
But what I said was, listen, I think what I said was taken out of context because they kept trying to change my narrative. I didn't say. I said the preseason is important for the coaches there, not for the players. The starters don't even play because they don't want to risk them getting hurt. I understand that, but guess what? If it's going to happen, it's going to happen, Scooter.
Listen.
I mean, I want to see Carson Wentz take a couple hits.
I do too.
I want to see him. I want to see at least 3. I told him I said yesterday to get off the lawn. I want to see Carson Wentz. I want to see at least 3 series from him before he goes into the real, a dress rehearsal at least.
Well, why do you not want to see him? If you don't want to see him,
everybody's worried. Like Mike Quick said, I spoke with Mike Quick yesterday. I was trying to get him on the show today. A little busy today. We're going to get him next week. But Mike Quick even said, "Hey, you know what? Sudfeld got hurt. It's part of the game, man.
It's football.
It's football.
I mean, like, you're not putting him in a weird situation where you're playing on an ice rink, you're playing football, and it's going to be different for them. You're playing the game, and you need to get ready. Real game situations. I've always said this with my hockey program, is that people, we have a league in the spring. It's 10 games. And people go, the spring, it's worthless. No, it's the greatest evaluation tool for us as coaches, what you just said, because we get to see them in game-type situations, reacting to a play, reacting to a hit, where in a tryout or
even in a controlled practice, you might not see that.
You don't see it because he's not getting hit, he's not getting touched, he's not getting pressure.
And not only that, nowadays, the collective bargaining agreement, they're not even allowed to hit in practice.
Which is a joke.
They only play Scooter.
It's where the
when I
world's going.
when I played college football at Leeds McRae College in North Carolina, we had 3-a-days. 3-a-days. And I'm telling you, by the end of the day, you were shot.
You're still huffing and puffing from those, too, back then. It's great.
I know. So it's 2019, and what's changed? Football hasn't changed.
Why don't we just wait till week 8 and play Carson then?
Just like hockey, Hunter. Just like hockey, Scooter. I mean, it's a kinder, gentler hockey.
Oh, don't let him get hurt.
Don't let him get hurt. It's part of the game.
What's the difference if you get hurt in the third preseason game or the first regular season game? What's the difference?
If it's going to happen, Hunter, it's going to happen.
You're right with that, but these guys get paid $100+ millions, and it's, do you risk him in a game that doesn't even matter at all, or do you wait until it actually means something?
Just like when people were blaming Gabe Kapler or Segura for not running that grounder out, and then McCutcheon blows out his knee. Like, how's that Segura's fault? Because he didn't run? Right. That was going to happen. Listen, I blew my knee out twice. All right? It's going to happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
I do agree.
I had total knee reconstruction on my one knee. It happened.
Yeah, football is football. Like, if you're going to get injured, you're going to get injured. But at the same time, you can be smart about it and put him in a position where you wait until the regular season for it to happen, rather than doing it in a meaningless game.
So does the first 3 or 4 games of the regular season don't mean anything because he's not really prepared yet?
And then before you answer that question, they were also saying, the first 3 games in September is the preseason. Guess what? You lose 3 games.
Those are important games, and Hunter was just alluding to that.
Right, those are important games.
They are important games.
And make the playoffs. You got to win a lot of games.
It's not how you start; it's how you finish in the NFL. I get it, but Scooter,
if you go 0-3 in the first 3 games,
there's only 16 games. It's not like there's 82 games.
Right.
There's 16 games. You got to win every game.
Right.
Because you know that one loss that you have in September because your team wasn't 100% prepared to play because they used September as the preseason.
Right. Should Giroux not play in the Flyers preseason because he doesn't want to get hurt?
Right.
Should Carter Hart not play in the preseason because he doesn't want to get hurt?
They played them a couple times.
Why is everybody worried about them getting hurt anymore?
Hunter's right. Because of the money, Scooter. Obviously, it's the money.
Who cares about the money? The money. Who cares about it? I don't. You care?
The owners care about it.
Well, I don't personally care about it. It's not my money.
Right.
It really isn't my money. So I don't care, but I just think that trying to protect somebody from an injury, it's inevitable in the NFL. Right. You're going to get hurt. And Mike Quick even made it sound like John Clark from the postgame show was like trying to press him on Nate Sudfeld's down and what are they going to do? And he starts naming all these quarterbacks. And you know what? Mike Quick was like really nonchalant about it. He went, it's part of football and you get the next man up.
Right.
And everybody's putting so much emphasis on protecting these guys. It's like this is it's the feminization of America.
Is next year they're not going to let the second quarterback play?
It's ridiculous.
How far down the line does it go? Like who's going to be playing?
I don't think it helps that what happened here. So take away the Nick Foles backup quarterback story. Take that away. I feel like this fan base in this city has a totally different outlook on it. We value this and value Carson Wentz in a different mindset because of everything that has happened in his career. So if we had someone who never got hurt, it would just be totally different.
Yeah, you know what? No, they'd still be, even if he didn't have the injury problems, they'd still be just.
He wouldn't play,
three-quarters of the
we
starters
wouldn't
wouldn't
care
even play.
as much.
I mean, there was more guys in street clothes than there were playing.
Isn't him having 1, 2, or 3 series throughout the preseason, isn't that protecting him? Because for me, preparation is the key. And for any sport you play in, being prepared, your body physically, your mind being sound, and everything like that, and getting those reps. Why does Carson Wentz take the first reps? Because they want him to get the most experience and the most preparation before a game. So for him not to play in the preseason doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, look, Scooter, I'm not advocating for him to play. I would
the whole game,
I would
half a game,
not even half a game. I want to see Carson Wentz behind the starting offensive line at least 3 solid series in a row once during the preseason.
I think you
And
will. I think you will. I think you will.
Well, you might have to now with Sudfeld down.
Third preseason.
Second
game,
or third preseason, because let's face it, the first and the fourth ones, they don't. Now, as far as how valuable the preseason is, I don't care who it is, the reporters, people that think they're in the know. I'm telling you that coaches that I've talked to evaluate players that are on the bubble. These guys, their livelihoods are depending upon their performance in the preseason.
Right.
Guys that are on the bubble. And you're looking for that diamond in the rough. Seth Joyner even said it in the post-game show on Comcast. He said that that when he first came into the league, for him, the older guys told him this is when you want to excel and get noticed.
Right. Well, those guys are fighting for jobs.
That's right.
Besides that, and we're not talking about those, but he's got to get in. He's got to play.
You know who's going to get noticed? Barb's Harley Davidson. The first hour of the locker room is brought to you by Barb's Harley Davidson, Philly's closest and New Jersey's #1 Harley Davidson dealership. Visit barbshd.com today. It's the area's #1 seller of new and used Harleys around. That's Barb's Harley Davidson, where no one walks. Go to barbshd.com today. Hey, looking for a new bicycle? Buy a bike from Anarelli's Bicycles. Located at 1014 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Owners Mark and Mike insist that after the sale, it's the service that counts, with a complete line of bike accessories and same-day repair service. That's Anarelli's Bicycles, 609-399-2238. 609-399-2238.
And hey, listen, if you're looking for a house in Ocean City, you got to call Mark Grimes. The market is extremely hot. You need to get an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for over 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell, 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia Star Athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they call Mark Grimes. He specializes in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, your agent at the beach. Call him today at 609-425-2042 and check out his website at grimes.com.
All right, when we return, we'll continue our Eagles conversation. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app. All right, we're back here in The Locker Room, 10:18, moving right along. Scooter McKay, we're getting criticized because we're get off my lawn. We're antiquated.
We're old school.
We're old school. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not apologizing for that. Play.
You're getting paid a
That's
ton
what's
of
wrong
money.
with this country. That's what's wrong with this country. And I wouldn't.
Everybody's soft.
Hunter, we got a text from a guy that said something about getting.
We do. Eric and EHT. Billy and Scooter starting early with this old man get off my lawn back in the day stuff. You complain they don't want to play Wentz in the preseason, but you would be the first to complain if Wentz got hurt in a meaningless preseason.
See, I don't think I would be. I would be like. Here's my reaction. Would be like, oh man, can you believe he's hurt again?
Yeah, you would be more upset that he's hurt. You wouldn't be upset with the organization playing him.
Not at all.
Not at all. Well, like I said, what are we going to do? Wait till game 8? Just to protect Carson? Right. Think he's okay by then? Listen, play. He says he's healthy. The medical staff says he's healthy. Well, let's play.
And there's an article on 973ESPN.com, and I think John McMullen wrote a nice piece about preseason. He spoke about Jim Schwartz doesn't think the preseason is necessary. Not all coaches, just it's one coach. I bet you if you were to poll every one of them, what are they going to do away with the preseason?
How about if we take away 4 games of Jim Schwartz's paycheck?
Yeah, you think he'd like that?
I don't think he'd like that too much.
No, how about this? When I played college football, you had preseason games. They weren't publicized. When I played at Lees McRae, we used to go down to play Appalachian State all the time in the preseason. Yeah. And Mars Hill would come in.
It's prep.
I mean, it's prep. You got to go. You got to go in
baseball. You don't really need that because they don't play a physical game really.
I know here Roger Goodell doesn't think that it's necessary to value. I guess the whole dynamic is changing with sports. Is like the wussification of America.
Well,
this is a perfect example.
Antonio Brown. He says he's going to retire if they make him wear a new helmet, which is to protect him.
Crazy,
if he doesn't wear his old
it's
helmet,
absolutely crazy.
I know. It's like, what are we going to do next? What can we do?
Pretty soon, we're not going to even be playing tackle football.
Listen, tell them to all retire. They don't get making any money. They can go get a real job.
20, 30 years ago, I like to hear what the player. Even Seth Joyner said it. And now, so then the argument from the other side is, oh, well, that was 20, 30 years ago.
Right, and they played with less equipment, leather helmets.
That's where men were men.
Yep. Now we got boys are boys.
Right, boys are boys.
Yeah. I don't know. Play the games.
Play the
You don't have to
game.
play the whole preseason. You don't have to play every snap. Get in there, get prepared for the regular season. That's what preseason is for. To
Now-
get yourself ready and prep with your line mates, with your new receivers, with your new
Exactly.
get
Deshaun
these-
Jackson, they're going to need to get
Right.
some. So we're going to wait till September when the regular season starts to get those guys to gel.
Maybe they should.
So
have
they
those-
lose the first game to the Redskins because they're not gelling.
Let's not have any OTAs anymore either.
They're probably going to do away with them too.
Let's go to the island and sit on the beach for a
What
while.
do they just
before
do?
the
We'll just play
season starts.
volleyball and get
Right.
just do a little calisthenic
Don't
work.
volleyball. You could hurt your ankle.
Yeah, that's true. We don't
You
want
know?
to twist the ankle there.
There's gonna be a hole in the
Now,
sand.
look, I want to comment on some of the play that I saw on Saturday because I thought Nate Sudfeld did rather well. And
I thought he did too.
I think-
graded some of the players.
okay, we'll
You
break.
didn't do any homework.
No, I
I
didn't do
had
any
to do it
homework
for
last
you.
night. Now listen, Nate Sudfeld, he missed a couple passes. He went 10 of 18 for 177 yards, 1 touchdown. But I thought he looked poised. He looked in control of the offense. There's things that you can see that the coaching staff can pick up and learn from these preseason games. I thought Nate Sudfeld handled himself rather well.
Yeah, I thought he did too.
That ball to Markel, right on the right in stride.
Right. He's a big kid. He's
He's
strong
6'6". He
arm.
threw I think he threw for like 3,500 yards his senior year at Indiana. Excuse me. With 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Guy's got a big arm, man.
He does, and the only thing he doesn't have is experience yet.
Did you? By the way,
something-
Hunter, did you hear me cry? Oh, Nate Sudfeld got hurt. It's
Right.
part of the game.
Right.
Lace him up.
I'm surprised he got hurt because he fell the right way. He put his hands back, which you got to do to break your fall so your head doesn't slam on the turf. But
Scooter, it's a freak thing, man.
I know. It's one of
Injuries
those
happen.
things.
It's all part of the game. Mike Quick even said he was like, John Clark was trying to get some type of big reaction out of him. He was like, we got to move on. We got to go to the next guy.
Right.
Like it was no big deal.
Right. It gives
And
you
the
a chance to
players
see your
know
third-string
it.
quarterback.
Right, and the players know it too. Now, do I want Carson Wentz exposed to that? No. Do I want the interior lineman, Kelsey and Peters, do I want them exposed to that? No. But I think it's valuable for them to get in there and see if they can take it.
I think Nate would tell you he needed that experience. He needs to get hit too, and find out what it's like. It's part of the game, man.
All right, so give me. So I thought. Listen, I thought offensively, I thought Vitae did really well on playing right tackle, and I thought Dillard played great on playing, protecting the line side. Andre Dillard looked really. He impressed me.
He looked better in the pass block than I thought that he did in the run, but I thought.
Yeah, the run was non-existent.
Right. So, but for what his first game, basically in a pro uniform, I mean, he looked good. He looked strong. I think he's going to be potentially, the replacement.
And
there.
how about the guy from Australia? I forget his name. Malata.
Yeah.
He looked good.
He looked pretty. You could,
I mean, he
bad footwork a little bit.
Right.
He tends to jump back right away, and I think he's still understanding the game. He hasn't learned the game yet. And that's just from experience too.
How long is it going to take to learn to play football?
It's not the playbook per se. It's
He's
more.
the guy's that got great natural talent, natural ability.
I would give him the ball on 3rd and 1 as a running back. I mean, that's all he used to do in rugby.
Right.
Was just run through people.
Maybe we might see that. Remember the refrigerator, the fridge?
Perry, right?
Right. He lined him up in the backfield, and he went in.
Sense. It certainly worked.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And that's what bonds teams together. They have something like that is a fun thing for the fans, for the players. It gets everybody involved.
I think they both earned. I had Dillard at a B-, and I had Milo at a C+ only because.
Did you really? I thought I would.
Footwork and his knowledge of the game.
Now listen, it's the first preseason game, and was I excited? Like, was I all pumped up for Eagles football? Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I was ready for the opening, the pregame show, the postgame show. As far as the game itself goes, I watched the first half, and I really watched the first quarter specifically, like really focused. After that, I went home and I had the feeling. That's another thing. Those guys were breaking my stones yesterday. Ryan and Mike breaking my stones that they think I didn't have to get on YouTube.
Well, do you?
Well, look, I mean it's not that hard. There's a
know.
spyglass right up here on the right side. All I did was I hit the YouTube, and there's a glass, a spyglass.
Well, Bill, you got to admit though, and let's
Magnifying glass, it
totally.
looks like.
First of all, it is a spyglass. It's
Right.
spyglass, magnifying glass. The
Well,
same
they were
thing.
saying after I hung up yesterday, they're
Well,
breaking my
you-
stones.
You accidentally said hourglass, then corrected yourself and said
Thank you.
spyglass.
Thank you, Josh. I accidentally said something. They went to town on me.
Second of all, the issue isn't knowing how to use YouTube. The issue is, as we all know, full disclosure, because we're all pulling back the curtain here, there are many times that Billy has turned to Lindsay and said, I don't know how to do this.
Right.
He's turned to me and said, Josh, I don't know how to get to my email.
That's
Bill,
not.
Bill.
Wait a second. That's not true, Josh. I don't know how to get to my email. My name wasn't coming up on the board where it always does. It says
that
Billy
means
Schweim.
you don't know how to get to your email.
I know how to get to my
He's
email,
technically
Josh.
No,
challenged.
see,
Let's
you,
I am not.
Bill,
You
you
are.
need. This is something that you and not just you, okay? This is not a Billy Schweim. This is anybody over 40, okay?
Whoa.
So that's just
70% of the population over 40, if their settings are different on their computer, like if your email isn't set up for you to go right to it, or if your passwords are not all set up for you to log in, people don't know how to go through the operational function of doing things the procedural
I will
way.
admit to you that I do get very frustrated very
Right.
easily.
As does,
I get frustrated.
As does 70% of the people over 40. Because if something is out of place, something is not where you think it was, there's a level of frustration that comes in because you're not used to it not being there. And as someone like yourself, Bill, who is not a technical expert, you're not stupid, okay? You're just not an expert.
Stupid.
You don't have the operational proficiency to navigate while talking on a
Listen to
microphone.
Dr. Phil over here.
I know.
Right?
Well, his daughter will be showing him how to do all this stuff. In
That's
next
right.
year.
And guess what? My stepdaughter does that.
The
She
young,
shows me
young
everything.
kids are great at this stuff because it's habitual. They do it every day. They do it all the time. We do it once in a while. And I'm not a big social media nut. You know, I don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is not a anti-Schweim thing. This is an understanding.
Yeah,
and look, Mike and Ryan played up a little bit.
Yeah, they were
have
hard
fun
on me
with
yesterday.
you. They have fun with you, but at the end of the day, it is.
See,
well
the thing is,
known-
once I hang up, I can't defend myself.
Well, I mean, you think when Gil brings up Harry and Aton during
They
these
hammer
4 hours,
him, man.
well, he hammers them back sometimes.
I listen. Mike's my guy. I feel like I got to be in there. If I'm part of the team. I got to get in there and drop the gloves.
Well,
I'm gonna have to get involved with that
Well,
because they really get him, man.
Well,
I'm riding
why-
down the road one day. I'm like, geez, they're really hammering this
Why don't
guy.
you reach out to the guys and talk to them about doing your own crossover?
Well, they're not on Saturdays.
No, you go pop on their
Oh, okay.
show
Right,
on like a Thursday or Friday.
And by the way, Mike's peppered in my text message 20, 30 years ago. It's different nowadays. It's different than it was 20, 30 years ago.
30 years ago, he was in third grade. What the heck? Come on.
Every team doesn't want preseason, so all the teams would be on the same playing field. No one would be behind. So, but I will say this. He said, colleges do have scrimmages. All right, they do have scrimmages. They're just not publicized. I mean, we played when I was in college at App State and at Clemson. They would play smaller schools that were in close proximity.
It's like I remember years ago, the Flyers season, the prices used to be the same for regular season games and playoffs.
Right.
And then Ed Snyder felt that the playoffs are more exciting games.
Right.
So he says, we're going to charge more for the thing. I said, well, then are you going to charge less for the preseason? Because when half the teams from the Phantoms, the players are from
Well,
the
it seemed
Phantoms
like
are
with the
playing
Eagles-
in the preseason, it should be less.
I will get into that because I have some things I want to talk about on the other side about the actual tickets. Because wait till you hear some of the things that I've heard. But the first hour of the locker room is sponsored by Barb's Harley Davidson. Philly's closest, New Jersey's #1 Harley-Davidson dealership. Visit barbshd.com today. It's the area's #1 seller of new and used Harley-Davidsons around. Barb's Harley-Davidson, where no one walks. Go to barbshd.com today. And, of course, Barb is the greatest. She does a lot for veterans, the active military, first responders, police. She does a great job. Barb's Harley-Davidson.
Now listen, if you're looking to get out this weekend, get over to the AC Bar and Grill. Do you know why all the locals hang out there? Because it's great. The food's great, the atmosphere is great, serving steaks, seafood, spirits, and sports in Atlantic City for over 25 years. It's the place to be. This Atlantic City institution is located on the corner of Pacific and South Carolina Avenue and has plenty of convenient free parking. Check out all their sports and celebrity memorabilia that line the walls as you watch the game at the South Jersey Throwback Bar and Grill. Mention the locker room and get 99-cent beers with an order of their famous wings or mussels. For more information, go to the acbarandgrill.com or call them at 609-348-8080. That's the AC Bar and Grill.
Hey, it's that time of year. It's time for the Joe Namath Foundation Legends Golf Tournament at the Bethpage State Park in Farmingdale, New York on Wednesday and Thursday, September 11th and 12th. Joe has been a champion on and off the field supporting children's charities. Join Joe and other sports legends at the Broadway Joe's All-Star Jam Party on Wednesday, September 11th at 6 p.m. at the Long Island Marriott. Then tee off at 10 a.m. Thursday, September 12th. A variety of sponsorship packages are available. Individual, group, corporate golfers are all welcome. For more information, go to info@joenamath.org. And, Billy Armstrong, my cousin Billy Armstrong played Bethpage. He played the black course last week. He said it killed him.
Wow.
He said there's bunkers everywhere. They're deep. You get off the course, you're in trouble.
Wow.
Have you ever golfed up there?
I've never played at Bethpage.
All right. When we return, we'll continue our Eagles conversation. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app. So I just don't think that we're gonna ever agree on the preseason.
Well,
You and I are old school. There's a lot of people
there
that
is no right or
subscribe to
wrong
a different.
answer.
I mean,
It's really based down on what your opinion is. And listen, if you think that the preseason is too dangerous for getting players hurt, then you're going to believe that.
Wussification of America.
But that just means that game 2 of the regular season, he gets hurt.
All right, I want to talk about the tickets because I'm a season ticket holder, and my seats are $180 now for one game.
Per ticket.
Per ticket, and you have to pay that for the preseason too. So the two preseason games for my tickets are all it's still you're paying for 10 games.
Right.
All right. $180. That's a lot of money.
Do you think you're seeing the same quality of game in the preseason as you are in the regular season?
You're not.
No. So why is it the same amount of money?
Well, that's just how it's always been.
Right.
Now,
Because they can.
because they can. And you know what? Look, the NFL, their product is people love the NFL and people love the Eagles. And as long as there's 60,000 people in line in a waiting list to get the tickets, they can dictate to whatever they want
That's
to
what
us.
the Flyers did for years.
It's
they were selling
capitalism.
out their
So
building.
that's right.
Yeah, Phillies can't do that.
Phillies can't do it. Well, they were doing it when they were winning, when they had
yeah,
Ryan
back
Howard
then.
and
They
Chase
can't do it
Utley.
now?
No.
No.
But if this team somehow somehow turn it around, or if this team starts to play better down the stretch and it's really close, it's tight, and they're in the chase, you're going to start to see people show up. Absolutely. And then if they add pitching to the mix next year, yeah, you'll see sellouts. People love the Phillies.
They wear their ankle bracelets.
How about this? I talked to a few people and that went down. They want to get their tickets printed out. Right now, you have to get your tickets online, right? And you have to you just hold it when you go through the turnstile. You just hold up your phone and they Scantron, right? They get you in.
Yep.
So if you want to give a ticket to a friend, it's a whole process that people over 40 that Josh said will have a hard time doing, right? Me included, because I had a hard time. I tried to give tickets away in the show last year. It was a pain in the butt.
Oh, it's not easy. They purposely don't make it easy.
Right.
They're purposely going out of their way to complicate something that shouldn't be that complicated.
Right. Exactly. Now, on the flip side, people want, like when you were a kid, you got your ticket. You had that ticket, that nice shiny ticket with like maybe a face of a player, the eagle. It was a collector's item.
Right.
It was something that I saved all my tickets from when I was a kid. Matter of fact, I even have when I went to all the NHL games, Scooter, with the guys. I have tickets to every building, the old Montreal Forum, the old Boston Garden. I've got them saved. They're in a big glass collage that's encased in glass. It's beautiful.
The people today have them saved on the internet.
Yeah, well, you
I
don't
know.
even get that ticket.
I have a
Hold
whole
on,
box
ready
of
for this?
tickets.
Now, if you go to the link and you say that you want to print out, you got to pay $25 just for one ticket to print out for the whole season, and it's a paper ticket. And they say there's a chip in there or something. And my buddy Dominic, he said he didn't feel a chip in there.
There's no chip in there. There's a chip off the old block, maybe.
So it's not a literal chip. The technology, the way it works, is that the barcode is the coding itself is based on chip technology.
Right. He said, and the lady at the desk, at the counter, at the link, the ticket office said there's a chip in there. It's exactly what he said. And I said the same thing. What do you mean a chip?
Right.
It's what Josh explained.
Right.
He didn't say it to me. But anyway, a woman went in there.
Again, another example how they're making things more complicated than it should
Right.
be.
It's ridiculous. But as long as they have 60,000 people waiting in line for these seats, they can do whatever they
They don't
want to
care.
us. They don't care about us.
And they can complicate it by adding more money to it.
Right.
Right. Well, yeah, it's funny. Well, I'm not even going to get into that. But
So wait, wait, a lady
what's going to
goes.
happen when the hackers get into everybody's phone and start
Exactly.
printing out their tickets?
How about if you go? How about this? One time we went to a concert a couple years back, and Scott McAwee had all his the tickets on a phone, and his phone died. We had to go through a whole thing. We were late to the concert.
Right. Right.
I mean, you're screwed.
Look, they're trying to make technology better to make it easier, which I get. Sometimes it makes it more difficult, though. Mm-hmm. You know, it really does. I mean, I'll get with. We do it. We play a game. Our team goes to a Flyers game. We sell 50 tickets. We go over. Then we play on the rink in the Wells Fargo Center after a game. So every year we got to buy 50 tickets and then sell them to our parents going to watch their kids play. Well, they said to me, Scott, do you want me to send you the real tickets?
Right.
And I like it that way because I hold on to the tickets
Right.
before, and we go on a bus over to the game. And then I give each kid as he gets off the bus a ticket. If I give them a ticket in the locker room, the week
gonna
before
lose
practice,
it.
they're never going to
Yeah.
find it and be gone.
They'll lose it,
We don't-
yeah,
but
absolutely.
they say, okay, well, do you want? We can send you an email and you can print them all out at home. I go, yeah. Oh, $300 worth of ink in my printer.
Right.
I can print them out myself. They go, well, we're only going to charge you $10 to give you the tickets. And I'm like, now you're charging me more money to print out the tickets that I just paid money for.
So this lady goes into the link to the ticket office, and she had a meltdown. She went ballistic, screaming at the people in there.
Yeah.
They don't care.
No, I don't care.
And you know what, Scooter? It takes like kids. Baseball did this to the youth of America by putting the games on so darn late. Remember back when we were kids, during the playoffs? The playoffs were at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right. You
Baseball
gotta-
playoffs. Now they're at 9 o'clock prime time. So what they did was they just totally, like the younger kids, a new generation of viewers. They're losing.
Right.
They're losing the whole thing. Like, remember you were saying your players don't even know who Brian Propp is.
No, my players were born in 2004. He was
No, see,
retired in 95.
I'm railing against that. Give me my 30 seconds here. If these kids don't know who people are, then they're just ignorant. Because here's the thing. Everything is out there. NFL films, the history of baseball, the NHL network, and all these networks have old games on. You can go on YouTube and Vimeo and all these platforms and you can watch old games. The leagues themselves have portals that you can watch all the old games, all the old players. If you don't know who an old player is, that's on you. That's your ignorance for not doing your research.
Yeah, but Josh,
Instead of admitting that you don't care about the history of the game, oh, I don't know who he is. No, that's on you. That's not because of your age.
Josh, I think because they've taken out the personal connection. Like when you were a kid, I remember I couldn't wait to get my ticket. I was like 8, 9, 10 years old, and they took that away. And then the games. Listen. Let me finish my thought. Then the games are late. They're not into it because it's not a priority.
They're not into it because, and I'm going to say this, and it's going to offend a lot of people, and I don't care. The society we live in does not have the structure for the youth
No, they don't.
that we had when we were younger, okay? They're allowed to be on their phone for 24 hours a day. They rot their brains out staring into these screens. They're damaging their retinas. Their brain activity is at a lower function
they're
level.
playing Fortnite.
They're younger. And when we were younger, we were told, go outside and play. The sunlight is out. We were told when we were younger, you got to get your homework done before you can play your video games.
Exactly.
We were told when we were younger, we had regimented at least some sort of rules, and those rules allowed us to actually enjoy sports because of the fact that sports were a reflection in structure of the structure that we already had.
Absolutely.
Whereas today, the youth don't have that structure.
And what does sports teach it? Sports teaches about life.
Absolutely.
How to deal with, handle situations, how to react to things, how to overcome adversity, right? Working with others, teamwork.
My wife owned a bunch of tanning salons for years. She would hire girls that were athletes and nobody else. Because for an athlete, you got to show up on time.
Ah, but then you'll get sued.
Well, you got to show up on time. You got to work with other people.
Right.
You know, you've got to give a full effort, and that's all stuff you learn through sports. We're not teaching the games anymore as much as coaches as we're preparing them for their job because they're going to have to work with people they don't like, just like they play with guys they don't like. They're going to have to show up on time. They're going to have to perform, and if they don't, they're going to be out of a job, not kicked off the team. So it's really, and this is cliche, but it's really life lessons for these kids and preparing them for the future. Because honestly, they should open up colleges that prepare you how to take your checkbook and do your register, and how to debit and credit. It's accounting.
They used to teach that in high school.
Yeah, well, they don't anymore.
Your junior and senior year, you would have the opportunity to take financing or economics or general checkbooking and balancing your book. Now the electives are making clay statues.
Well, listen, even in it's the educational system too that's failing us. I mean, we're pretty much told in not so many terms that they made it so hard. If you failed somebody at this previous school that I worked at, you had to you had to do all this stuff to document.
Right.
Yeah, and I know. A lot of teachers probably just said it's either just bump the kid up 2 points.
Where we've gone. We've got you teaching history.
Not anymore.
I know. Well, we'll have to find a new one.
All right. The first hour of the locker room is sponsored by Barb's Harley Davidson. It's Philly's closest New Jersey's #1 Harley Davidson dealership. Visit barbshd.com today. It's the area's #1 seller of new and used Harley Davidsons around. That's barbshd.com, where no one walks. Go to Barb's Harley Davidson. Scooters will teach you how to ride a bike.
I know. I know how to.
Speaking of bicycle clown.
Yeah.
By the way, on 11th and Haven and Ocean City, Reds Jersey Mex. Look, it's already August 10th. If you haven't been to Reds Jersey Mex and you haven't had a piece of South Jersey as part of your summer, 11th and Haven and Ocean City, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, the best Mexican food in South Jersey, and just several blocks from the beach. For takeout or delivery, give them a call at 609-399-2272. That's 609-399-2272 for Reds Jersey Mex, 11th and Haven, Ocean City.
All right, when we return, we'll wrap up the first hour of the locker room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app. All right, so if you want to jump in and get in on the conversation, 609-573-3776 is the phone lines. And if you want to shoot us a text message, 609-403-0973 is the text board number. Tell us what's your opinion on this preseason. You like it? Should they do away with it?
Done a poll.
Yeah, just shoot us a text, 609-403-0973. And our youth, do the youth care about sports anymore? How about this for a real quick ending of our first hour? I've had a couple of advertisers. You have to sell advertisements to be on the air.
Yep.
Right? So I have to sell advertisements to pay for my airtime. And I've had a couple advertisers. I almost lost a couple of advertisers last year because of the players not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance or the Star Spangled Banner. Right. And then when Sutfeld went down yesterday, you hear the first name you hear is Colin Kaepernick, who hasn't played a snap in 4 years?
900 days.
900 days, and people are like Colin Kaepernick. Like, what are they? Guess what? If they do this, I can lose advertisers.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard his name, I went, oh no, because I have a couple advertisers that really we're getting turned off by the kneeling and the
I
the
think they're
knees.
smarter than that.
I'm telling you, Scooter. I'm
They're
just
not
telling you
gonna
what my
take that.
advertisers say.
Listen.
And by the way, hold on. I want you to get your day started off right with the best breakfast at the Jersey Shore. Look no further than Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Family owned and operated since 1962, Uncle Bill's Pancake House is the Jersey Shore tradition with 8 locations from Ocean City to Cape May. Featuring 30 types of pancakes, waffles, crepes, Uncle Bill's has something for everyone. Stop in and get their 2 Ocean City locations and try my favorite stuffed French toast with homemade cinnamon butter. There's something for everyone, from fresh cut fruit cup, gluten-free pancakes, or fluffy stuffed omelets that are excellent. Can't go wrong with anything on the menu. Go to Uncle Bill's Pancake House, 8 locations along the Jersey Shore, 2 in Ocean City, and I guarantee you'll have a great breakfast with a smile, a great service. So, Scooter, that's real. That is real. If people are going to pull the advertising because of Colin Kaepernick or because of their antics, yeah, that worries me. I mean, the school that I taught at, the kids don't even stand for the Pledge of Allegiance because of this.
Not because of this. Do
They
It's just the
see
way time is going with that.
Guess what, man? United we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Well, they're not. The Eagles aren't. If they're even considering Colin Kaepernick, who, remember, a guy says, listen, I twisted my ankle and I'm out for 2 weeks. My timing's off, my arm's off, this is off, that's off. How about when a guy's missed 3 years?
And they don't care. I mean, they want to do away with the preseason, yet they want to bring Colin Kaepernick in?
No, they're not bringing
Come
him
on,
in.
man. The guy just got
don't
$50
even
million
think there's even
from a
talk about
lawsuit.
bringing
Who
him in.
cares? It's an outrage.
There's plenty of other better quarterbacks sitting out there.
It's an outrage. When I
Matt Castle.
hear his name, I cringe.
By the
Yeah.
way, let's clarify that the news that the person who leaked that it was 50 million was wrong.
Was 25? He got 25 each. He split it with somebody, didn't he?
No, it was less than that.
Okay.
What happened was there was a guy who covers the NFL who will not be named here because we're not going to give him credibility, who put that information out there and he was incorrect.
Well,
So,
good.
you
I don't
know.
think he deserves a dime.
And by the way, let's remember, the other thing in the NFL is, even if you're talented, your IQ is just as important as
more
your ability to
important.
play the football.
More
We saw on
important.
Hard Knocks, they literally cut a guy because he wasn't smart enough to go
Right.
to the trainers.
Guess what, man? You gotta be educated to play football. You
yeah.
had a stigma of dumb football players. Not so much anymore. All right, first hour is in the books. Second hour, we'll have the Beach Patrol report with John McShane. We'll talk a little Phillies baseball. Stick around. We're having a lot of fun on a Saturday morning here in the locker room. All right, we're back here in the locker room on a sunny Saturday morning. Coming to you live. 97.3 ESPN. Let's talk a little Phillies baseball before we get into the Beach Patrol report.
All right.
Scooter, I don't know about you, and you're a coach of a high school hockey team. I think I've had enough with Gabe. I think I've had enough with Gabe Kapler
Have you?
and his excuses, and sticking up for these guys ad nauseum. I understand where he's coming from and what he's trying to do, but at some point, doesn't a manager have to call out people and really? We don't know what goes on behind closed doors,
Right.
but it's starting to sound. I don't know, man.
I think Gabe
It's
does
not-
call
it's
his
like-
guys out.
Do you?
Yeah, I just don't think
I
he
don't.
does it publicly.
I don't.
Publicly, and that's the way the players want it. He's like a player's coach.
He
in
is a
sense.
player, but I don't think so.
I think he does call him out.
But it's just ad nauseum the way he defends these guys and says things that are obviously not true.
Well, I don't believe.
He says this team's a great team if they put it together.
Well,
They're
they
not a
couldn't.
great team,
No, because they haven't put it together.
right?
Right, but the thing is,
So don't peel my head and tell me it's raining.
I don't think
It's an outrage.
managers, head coaches, whatever, should have to talk after every game. Because what's a
Yeah,
guy?
yes,
what's a
they
guy
should. No,
go-
I disagree. Yes, they
no.
should.
What's he going to say every
The
game?
fans want to see him.
All the people want to go, oh, you lost the game. Why'd you lose the game tonight? Well, we didn't play better than them.
No, I want to hear the manager give me the fact. Give it to me straight. Why didn't you win today? Well,
scored
Segura
more
made
runs.
Segura made two errors that really cost us. He's having call a spade
Well,
a
he does
spade.
that. He starts off their thing with, here's what happened
Ah,
where we
he's-
didn't succeed. But it's like every night, it's like
He's-
you have to explain why you won or you didn't win.
This
It's
is where
ridiculous.
I have to agree with Bill and not agree with you, Scott. It's because of the fact of, I know Billy loves this. Here's the thing. The post-game presser has two purposes. One, it allows the face of the team, who is the coach a lot of times, be on the record about what happened that day.
Exactly.
And two, you can have a situation like what happened Thursday night where Doug Peterson can put the media who are wrong in their place. Because, what's one of the great things about the freedom of the press? That, nobody in the government, for example, is telling them what to say. But you still have to keep them honest, too.
Right, exactly.
And when
Like a
Doug
watchdog.
Peterson can turn to the media guys and be like, hey, man, that's wrong. There's value in that. You're not getting that value. The coach doesn't talk after the game.
I think it's very important. I think it's very important. Josh just laid it out, articulated it well. The coach is the manager, is the face of the team, and he needs to come out and explain why his team didn't play well or what they did wrong and what they're going to do to fix it. Because if people are invested a lot of money, $180 for my Eagles ticket per game, I want to know what happened.
Well, did you watch the game?
What do you mean, did I watch the game? I'm talking if I go to a game and I pay $180, I want to hear.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
Okay, so you watched the game. Now, Gabe's going to tell you everything you just watched. Why do you need to hear that? I can see seeing a guy at the end of a series. You play a 3-game series.
Because he has to answer for it. He has to answer for how they played, whether it was good or bad.
Well, he missed the ball going through the shortstop's legs, and that's why they lost the game 6-5. Because he missed the ball. Wait, you got to be explained that again by somebody else? I just don't think it's too much. They're trying,
look. He just
sometimes there's no explanations for why you win or lose. You lost the game tonight. They scored 4, you scored 3.
and sometimes he comes out and says it. He goes, "We stunk tonight."
Right. There you
All
go.
right, and then they open it up for questions.
Right.
Time, like what? Andy Reid, time's yours. Time's yours. Or what? How about Rich Kotite? He would go without question. We didn't do this. We didn't do this right. Without question, we had a hard day. You want to see the reaction of the leader of the team.
Well, I agree.
I mean, he
not
also
every
takes
night.
on the personality of the players. I just don't think that this Gabe Kapler. I think I don't know. Is it the manager? Why this team's not? Obviously, we know we have pitching problems. We know that.
Right.
But some of the moves that he's made this year have been questionable. With respect to going to what pitches to put in the bring from the bullpen to put in, or when to pull out a starter. Like Arrieta said the other night, he could have gone another inning and ended up costing. They put Alvarez in there and get shelled.
But you can't predict that.
Well, no, but I want to. When the manager comes up to the
Arrieta's
podium,
gotten shelled a lot of times.
I want to
this
see
year.
what he has to say because.
And he's got an injury that's causing him not to pitch as well.
So
as
do
he's
you?
supposed to.
So what do you think Kapler should remain a manager if this team underachieves? I mean, they're in 4th place right now, Scooter. I mean, the stinking Mets we're tied with the Mets.
All right. Well, so here's my thing for today. What I wanted to talk to you about and call you on the cuff a little bit. So, overachievers, underachiever.
All right.
I want your opinion.
All right.
Bryce Harper.
Wow. Bryce Harper, underachiever.
Underachiever. Okay.
And I'll tell you, can I just add to that?
Briefly.
All right, if I've seen this shift, and I see him hitting into, if it was a regular infield, he would have had like 3 hits. He hit into the shift. You know what I'm doing if I'm Bryce Harper? I'm laying down a bunt down the third base line until they play me fair.
Right.
I'll keep doing it because you know what? It was one man on. Excuse me. No, it was nobody on, and I think there was 1 out. You got a guy on base. Get a guy on base. Anything can happen.
Right.
I bunt every single time. I've even seen him put a shift on with a guy on first base, and he doesn't bunt.
Right.
Because he's gonna try to hit a home run, of which he only has 20. He's underachieving.
Segura.
I think he's right where I expected him to be.
So
He's batting 285. He's solidified the defense. I mean, he has 13 errors, which is the most on the team. But I still think it's an improvement, so I'm happy with him.
Hernandez.
Underachieving.
Real Muto.
Well, now, you know what? He's 281. He's consistent. I'm going to say he's right where I expected him to be. Hernandez.
Okay. Real Muto.
No, he's right where I expected him to be.
Okay.
I mean, he's batting. Look, Romuto's batting 270, 15 knocks, outstanding defensive catcher. Yeah, I like him, man.
Hoskins.
249, 24 dingers. I'm gonna say he's underachieving.
Okay. Franco.
Underachieving. Well, he's underachieving now because he's in the minors. He's got 15 home runs. That's another move that I can't understand. The guy's got pop. So if nothing else, you got put a guy in there up the bat that has potential to hit a home run. Not this Rodriguez guy, batting 222. What's he doing on the bigs?
Is he an underachiever?
He's not even. Yeah, he's not even an achiever. He stinks.
Nearest. What's the last one?
Underachiever.
Okay. So far you've got 0 overachievers. You've got a bunch of what you expected.
Yeah, but the guys that I said
underachievers.
that are expected are playing well.
Well, but you didn't say they were overachieving. You said they were what you expected.
Well, like if Remuto was batting 340, then I'd say he's overachieving.
Absolutely.
But guess what? I'll tell you, he's batting 270. And he's got 15 dingers. Plus, he's great defensively. No, I think he's doing a great job.
Okay, but you did.
But I would say overachieving. No.
0 overachievers.
Okay.
A bunch of what you expected and a bunch of underachievers.
Bunch of underachievers.
So it's Gabe Kapler's fault.
It may be.
Why
do you? So then why do they fire the manager in baseball? Because if there's two jobs in sports that really are, I think doesn't really make a hill of beans whether they're there or not, are hockey coaches and baseball managers. How many decisions? I mean, in the National League, you got to make a double switch, or you got to.
I don't think there's enough decisions to be made by a baseball manager that really changes the course of a season.
But how he runs, I don't know. I think it's a thing
how about
about
how about the pitching staff?
What about
starting pitching staff? Under, over,
under, all of them.
So he's got a lousy team. Is what he's got. He's really got a lousy team.
Yeah, but why? So why do teams fire managers to shake things up?
Exactly.
Because if you make it, because maybe the players say, we got Gabe Kapler fired. We better get this straightened out. We're next.
Well, if that's the motivation they need, that's pretty brutal.
Why do you fire managers? Why did Chief get fired?
Because
why did Hexie fire Chief? Chief had a stinky team.
Why did they fire Hexie? He just brought.
Because he stunk.
Why did he stink?
All he did was he did a good job on the cap.
He took a team that had no cap space to give him cap space, and he's got a bunch of young, great prospects in the minor leagues.
So Scooter, how much were you paying for your ticket? How long are you going to wait for the Flyers to get straighten this out?
I gave him up.
You gave him up?
Right.
You're tired. You know what?
I gave him up because...
Let's say if the game of hockey was as exciting as it used to be, and the Flyers were winning, would you have given up your tickets?
No, the thing is that I went to watch hockey games because I love hockey.
Right.
I never cared if they were playing the Penguins or the Rangers.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Right. But what I'm saying is I went there because I love the game. Now, are they underperforming? They've been underperforming since 2010.
Right.
Okay? So... But I still wanted to go watch the games.
So that's why Hextall got fired.
Oh, he got fired. He came in. He didn't come in since then. He came in and built this organization. They told him that.
What did he build? What did he build?
No cap space.
They're not gonna. What did he build? They ain't got anything right now.
They've got 3.
Well, yeah, we'll see how they.
Studs.
What do you think the Flyers going to do this year?
I think they're not going to be any good because
who cares? You don't know. Oh, he pays Bobby Clark in a number of years of his cap. Who cares?
He's a lousy captain.
He's a lousy captain, and I'm not going to even tell you what Chiefs thinks about him.
Right. So, but I don't think the baseball managers really changed the game that dramatically, and that's why I don't think you can leave it on him because most of the team is underachieved this year. I'll ask you the bullpen.
As a fan, I want to. Somebody's got to be responsible for this.
Well, he's going to be the scapegoat, the fall guy, whatever you want to call him.
Well, there you go.
Well, he might get fired because of that, but it's not because he's done a lousy job.
Why does the upper echelon? Why do the brass fire managers? If managers are so insignificant to baseball, really.
Pressure from the owners and saying, listen, we got to win. You got to change things up. We can't trade all the players, so we're going to make it a fall guy.
Right.
It's going to be him.
That's it.
It's the way it is all the time. But they did a great job. How about Clentak? Overachiever, underachiever?
Under.
I'm going to say under.
Okay.
I mean, it's not his fault that the pitching staff all got hurt.
He spent $1 billion this past year.
But he did add all the. He knew that. Look, he gave all these old guys a lot of money, and when you're playing with fire, when you sign old guys to long contracts.
He brought in Jay Bruce. He brought in Dickerson, who looks like a heck of a baseball player. He brought in Smiley, who's pitched fairly well. I'll tell you what, he's done some good things.
Yeah, he has done some good things. All right. The second hour of the Locker Room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you're greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course and enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. There's a full calendar of golf and social events throughout the season to appeal to everyone. For more information, go to greatbay.com or call them at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Somers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. And Scooter, that course is always in magnificent shape.
I know.
I went up there the other day. It's so plush. It's like hitting off a carpet.
I know. It's a great course.
It's a great course.
When are we playing there?
We got to get Radio Ron. We'll go out with Radio Ron. He keeps saying to me, come down there. I just haven't got a chance to do it. Hey, listen, get your day started off the right way with the best breakfast in the Jersey Shore. Look no further than Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Family owned and operated since 1962, Uncle Bill's Pancake House is a Jersey Shore tradition with 8 locations from Ocean City to Cape May, featuring 30 types of pancakes, waffles, crepes. Uncle Bill's has something for everyone. Stop into one of their 2 Ocean City locations and try my favorite, the stuffed French toast with homemade cinnamon butter. There's something for everyone, from fresh cut fruit cup, gluten-free pancakes, or the fluffy stuffed omelets that are excellent. You can't go wrong with anything on the menu. Go to Uncle Bill's Pancake House, 8 locations along the Jersey Shore, 2 in Ocean City, and I guarantee you'll have a great breakfast with fantastic service and a smile.
And listen, if you're looking for a place in Ocean City's real estate market is extremely hot. You need to get an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in the South Jersey area. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia Star athletes are looking for homes at the beach, they call Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling of vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, and as well as construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, your agent at the beach. Call him today at 609-425-2042 and check out his website at grimes.com.
All right, when we return, we'll continue in the locker room. We'll have John McShane calling in for the Beach Patrol Report and more. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN. Here in the locker room, having a lot of fun on a Saturday morning. Follow the Pete Thompson Show, and then, of course, you got Josh Henning from 12 to 2 today. And, of course, we got Phillies baseball on today. Which is
a lot of disagreements today.
Yeah, a lot of Mike Gill just he disagreed. He disagreed. He said the manager is important, but then he said the GMs do all the managing.
So what?
So what's the manager do?
The GM's doing it all. The manager's not doing anything.
Not doing anything. Last night we had a really great night at the 80th annual South Jersey Lifeguard Championships. And let's go to the phones and welcome into the locker room our partner, the old salt himself. And it's time for the Beach Patrol Report with John McShane, sponsored by Pendergast Safety Equipment. How you doing, John?
Bill, Scotty, how you guys doing today?
Great picture in the press of Atlantic City of the swimmers getting into the water. They were all heading north, and Joey Tepper was the last one in the water, but he was the first one out. Guy's unbelievable.
Surprisingly, but yeah, we watched him pick his way through that crowd for about the first 30, 40 yards, and then Dan Adams was talking. He said as soon as within 10, 15, 20 yards or so after the surf line, he'll take it over the lead spot, which he did. And the fellow in the yellow cap, Scott, I'm not sure if we identified him, but he needs to hang on to.
He finished.
I think that was that
second.
Burkett? Was that
Burkett?
Was that
yeah.
Burkett? That was Burkett.
Yeah,
Wildwood Crest, right?
Yeah, I think that was a good strategy, just to try to stay on Joe's feet as long as he could.
Yeah.
And maybe make something happen when they got back into the surf line. But Joe letting that lead the whole way back, from the swim flag, and opened up a pretty commanding lead. It was, Joe's second jersey title. His brother John has a jersey title, so Joe is now king of the household, I guess.
Listen, John, he's going to be a king for a long time because I don't see anybody stopping him. I mean, it's not like he's just winning these, in close fashion. He got out of the water like a minute before anybody else did. The man wasn't even breathing.
Was dry and they were still swimming.
Yeah, he was dry. Right. He was dry and. Go ahead.
There's no doubt he's a phenomenal talent, and it will remain to be seen how long he does stay on the beach. You guys, Scott.
Yeah.
What happens when these guys go to the big colleges, the 1A? You're a Division 1A scholarship swimmer. Your summertime is planned out for you.
Right.
You're either competing on a national team or a world or a spot on a World Cup team or at some type of international meet held every summer. So, Billy, as long as he's here, I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't.
There's not too many people in South Jersey who can watch him right now.
And we asked John. We asked Tepper like what his plans were. He didn't really want to divulge too much information. He really wanted to talk about that.
Made his decision.
And he's only a senior in high school. I mean, so he's got the whole rest of the year to think about what he's doing.
He'll be a senior. He's had some time, to make these decisions before he goes. But look at Maggie Wiles. Maggie, Schweim for Ocean City last year, very good as a female, and held more than held her own against the guys. But Maggie at the National Training Center all summer long. And if you're aspire to be an Olympic swimmer, an international level swimmer, that's what you got to do in the summertime.
Hey, John, do you know whether Joey is as elite a pool swimmer as he is an ocean swimmer?
I've heard some times thrown around by some people. I think he's like 940 in the 1,000. Big guy from Wheeler to Bow. He broke 10 minutes back then, and that was high. But 940 is very good. It's not otherworldly. So, to answer your question, I think he's much better in the open water, although
He's still a really good pool swimmer.
So it was a
no question. But probably he's looking at the 500, the 1,000, the 1650 on a collegiate level.
Right. He looks like a sprinter. That's funny.
So, listen, it was a great night last night. Dan Adams did a great job. I want to thank Dan Adams once again, Matt Kelm, and the rest of Longport for putting on a really great show last night and give us a great access, Scooter. I mean, we were right there on the high tide line. Couldn't get any closer. The crowd was huge last night, and it goes to show you. What are you laughing at?
I'm still trying to settle down from the truck bounce.
Oh my
we were
God!
Trying to leave the
Trying to leave the
beach.
beach.
I can't even.
My
explain my
feelings are
parts of my body that were bouncing around.
His man boobs are going fast.
Jesus.
But anyway, great.
Things did get moved around a bit, you guys.
Yeah.
I don't think they've settled yet. That's the problem.
Listen, and it's good to see new blood getting in there. Chris Spires from Margate wins the singles in a really exciting finish to the singles race. I mean, you had Longport and Ocean City collide, which could have put Longport out of the winning circle.
The whole
The whole dynamic could have been
Really.
changed. But the way they came in, Mike McGrath took a third, right? I mean, he gets third in the.
He had to get third to block out anybody.
But they
from
got him
winning.
down here they took third. He took third in the singles, and Kevin Perry, he
broached
broached
on the wave.
Yeah.
And cut in front, and they were both sitting there facing north, and you can't row
You
when
couldn't
your
do
boats are
anything.
tied next to you. So you can't. And luckily, Ocean City's boat drifted in, and so did Longport's, because there's a couple of crews that could have, DeFelice obviously had a great.
Vince Grenice
row.
came in fourth because of Atlantic City and Ron DeFelice, who we thought
had a
had
tremendous
start.
pull. Yeah, and I
He
think
had a
was,
great start.
He, after not, winning there for a number of times until the Margates, I think he was still out there to prove everybody, this wasn't a fluke last week. So it's a shame.
He really got out there and was rolling strong the whole way. So was Eric Wolf from Outlaw. Seemed to be
Great start.
topic till the very end. Yeah, and like the Ocean City and Longport, they got a little help that way. He did collide, but Scott pointed out last night they had enough momentum that they were able to drift. That collision occurs.
25 yards out, they're done.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. They're done, and then who knows who's going to get in there. Deeply probably moved up a couple spots.
Margate wins it if they're out.
Yeah.
All right, John, listen.
I mean, there's a guy. All right, Chris. Here's your job to make. By the way, you got to win the singles in your first South Jersey row.
Right,
He did, which is
right.
great.
Didn't break quite as well, but
Great picture in the press of Atlantic City of Chris celebrating. They all the guards got him. They literally lift the boat up over the guard's head. He's standing there. It was a phenomenal sight. John, stick around. Hang on the line. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna play some of the interviews from the day. and go over and recap all of the doubles, the swim, and the singles. All right, the second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home with a 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. There's a full calendar of golf and social events throughout the season to appeal to everyone. For more information, go to greatbay.com or call them at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. And, of course, I want to say hello to Radio Ron Ralston.
And listen, if you're looking to get out, get over to the AC Bar and Grill. Do you know why the locals hang out there? Because it's great. The food's great. The atmosphere is great. They're serving steak, seafood, spirits, and sports in Atlantic City for over 25 years. It's the place to be. The Atlantic City Institution is located on the corner of Pacific and South Carolina Avenue and has plenty of convenient free parking. Check out all their sports and celebrity memorabilia that line the walls as you watch the game at the South Jersey Throwback Bar and Grill. Mention the locker room. And you guys got to do this. Mention the locker room. Get 99-cent beers with an order of famous wings or mussels. For more information, go to the acbarandgrill.com or call them at 609-348-8080. That's the AC Bar and Grill.
And Scooter, I was down there. Wait to hear this. I was down there on Wednesday night, and I was sitting at the bar, and the bartender knew nothing about the special. You go in there and say, "Hey, I heard your commercial in the locker room," and you get 99-cent draft beers with the wings or mussels. A guy down at the end of the bar said, he goes, Bill, he goes, I listen to your show all the time, and he goes, I listen to your show all the time, and you're. He goes, I think you're screaming all the time, because I've heard people say I'm screaming. He goes, but now that I met you and I'm talking to you, I see it's just your personality.
Or it's just your voice.
All right, when we return, we'll play some of the interviews and recap all the excitement from yesterday's South Jersey Lifeguard Championships. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN. Once again, I want to thank Longport for putting on a great show, and really appreciate everything they've done. Dan Adams, Matt Kelm, and the rest of the Longport community. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with a Schweiner. See you next week, everybody.